Hello everybody, welcome back to the breakdown. I'm Tone. It's fantastic having you join me once again. Happy New Year. I do believe this is my first video for the year and we are already 2 weeks in. But I really want to just keep this video short. Just wanted to talk a little bit quickly about the comparison between silver and gold and where we've come to now from only 3 or so years ago. I just checked the silver price. I didn't even have a look at the gold price. At this point in time, gold is it's getting very close to $7,000 Australian, but silver is at $137 Australian per ounce. I was just thinking back to when I really started to just get on this in a public way and start to share my views on precious metals and how they are real money back in 2022. I mean, I was really starting to push it at that point because gold was around 2,500 Australian and silver was around about that $25, $26, $27 an ounce at its lowest point. And at that point, I knew that was just crazy low. It was ridiculously low. I know we got down to that $18 level in 2015. Around that point, gold didn't come down quite so badly, but it was still down. But those days are long gone. But I was just thinking about the very beginning of 2024. My memory serves me correctly. We were looking at prices of silver in that $33 range, and we were looking at gold being about 3,300, and the ratio was around about 100 to 1. I mean, it was fluctuating around there, but from memory, that's about where we were. That's 2 years ago. That's just 2 years ago. So gold has more than doubled. And silver has what? Gone up 300%. Okay, so gold a little bit over 100% in that time. Silver's now up 300% based on those basic pricings. I'm going to say I'm a little bit surprised at the speed that it's going, although I've known that because silver was so cheap for so long that it was just like a coiled spring, and when it would go, it would go. I've always understood the opinion and believed in this opinion that if you wanted to buy gold, because gold had gone up so sharply after the global financial crisis, to reliably try and get your hands on more gold, the vehicle to do so became silver, because it was a more volatile in price type metal, and you could buy and accumulate it over a period of time, and then when the ratios changed between gold and silver, you could just swap them. And that was going to be your... So because I understood that, I went heavy with silver. I'm still very heavy silver. But we're starting to get into that, where the ratio is dropping down below 50, or at least the low 50s. And we start to think about, when is that time to take some of that silver and transfer it into gold, because they are two very different metals. They are both money, but silver is used in industrial purposes, and that's a lot of what's fueling this. Silver has become always has been a strategic metal, but it's gone up in importance. interesting that it happens at this time, and how fast it's moving. Excuse me. But it's good that when our conviction gets vindication, it's a long time coming. It takes a lot of patience to be in this game, or to play the game against the system in this way. It takes a lot of patience. If you can't do it, so many people, and me early on, I went quite heavily into silver. It went backwards. I learned a valuable lesson. And I'm paying for that lesson still now, because, well, I had silver bars, kilogram silver bars, that I no longer have, because silver didn't do what it was looking like it might do back then. And so I sold it and invested the money, or the cash, the fiat trash, in shares. I made some money there, but I went backwards in the holdings of silver, and silver, lagged around that $18 for a while. And I continued to accumulate, but in smaller denominations, 10 ounce, 5 ounce, 2 ounce, 1 ounce, half ounce, that sort of thing. And now I've got down into the tenths of an ounce of silver, which is, well, at the time it was quite expensive. Now it's cheap. I mean, if you want to buy a tenth of an ounce of silver right now, you've got to pay almost $18 probably. 18, maybe closer to $20. I haven't actually looked at it, per tenth of an ounce, because obviously you go smaller and smaller, it costs more. Anyway, like I said, I just want to keep this video short. I did want to just do a quick comparison video. It's very vague, I know, but you can go back if you're so inclined. Go back, verify the numbers that I've just shared here, and understand that this thing is on steroids now. And we can't, like I said in previous videos, we cannot compare ourselves to other people about when they got in. There were people that bought silver at $12 or $10 an ounce. That wasn't me. But I don't think about that. I'm aware of it, but it doesn't affect me, because I set up my own plan and worked with it for the last 15 plus years. Right, and if you're just starting now, even though things have gone up a lot already, my conviction is we are still at the beginnings of what is going to be a very, very big shift. And silver is going to pave the way to that. So while I might consider putting some silver, trade it for some gold along the way, I will still stay silver heavy for now, because I believe silver has a long, long way to go in comparison to gold. I'm going to stick my neck out here and say that I would not be surprised at all if gold and silver got to 20 to 1. And at 20 to 1, I'd need to be thinking very carefully, very, very carefully, about doing some transfers there, because gold is that bank money, silver is the people's money. If you haven't got any yet, and you've been seeing it go up the way that it has, and you're not understanding that this is literally one of the easiest ways, simplest ways, most important ways that you can protect yourself financially, and I keep reminding you or telling you, I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you advice. I can only tell you what I've been doing. But if you're not doing it, yet you're aware of what's going on, even just if it's in your peripheral vision, you've heard silver's going up crazy, and then you see the way the world is, but you're still not doing anything about it, then I'm sorry to say, when it comes to crunch time and you really, really need your money to be secure and in your hand, because if you don't hold it, you don't own it. If you've got cash in the bank, sorry, system goes haywire, you're done. That's just how it is, and that's why I'm doing what I do. I could scream it from the rooftops and the majority of people won't hear it. I know. Please don't let that be you. Until next time, please take care. God bless. Bye for now.